stream for a special Fun Day Friday afternoon edition so I can go over some of the stuff with this Taurus Arena competition. Appreciate you guys being here. It would really help me out if after you listen to and see what this is all about, you ask any questions in there. That way I can shoot a different video for YouTube officially to get all the questions answered as well. Kind of a little bit of an FAQ. Before I get started, remind everybody the presentation is for educational purposes only. Opinions expressed are the guy breathing heavily into the mic. All trades presented should be considered hypothetical. It should not be expected to replicate in a live trading account. If you happen to be trading stocks, which I'm not doing, just know that nothing is solicitation to buy or sell any security. And FINRA and SEC has a different disclosure than futures traders. All right, that's what we got going on. All right. I'm going to put a little link to this page here in the chat, and then the link will also be available as a pinned comment when this stream is over. And this is the summary page for the trading competition. So I've partnered with Taurus Arena. They are a small, very small futures prop firm based in Uruguay, or maybe Paraguay, based in South America. I should probably know that. I think it's Uruguay. And they were able to put together a competition where we're going to rank people, or the winners are going to have some of the criteria that I'm looking for. There'll be more on that in just a little bit, but think risk-adjusted returns, meaning being able to produce the best outcome in terms of profit while also managing your drawdown in a really meaningful way. And I don't even mean managing your drawdown half of your account value or 3/4 of your account value, even a third of your account value. So we'll get into that in just a moment. So this page goes through all of the details. What I wanted to do here is just set you up and let you know how you would get going. So you click on this page here, you go to the Prime bundle right here, and then this part's important because people are getting confused and tripped up on a number of things. All right. So what will happen is you're going to go to a page that's going to look not like this page. It's basically going to be a page where you have to sort of buy a challenge and sign up. Okay, this part's important here. So when you get to this page right here, which is select your challenge, all right, fire off any questions you have as I'm talking. I'll make sure I get through all this real quick. And it's all contained in the video of the link that I put in there. At a very high level, what this is a 2-week competition where we get trading a $3,000 objective account. That's the profit objective, $2,000 in terms of drawdown. We're going to use micros only, and the winner is going to be a series of people that produce the best returns, in other words, past the $3,000 profit objective, while trading with the smallest amount of size and the least amount of session and per trade drawdown. And all the rules will be sent out to everyone who signs up. Basically, it'll just be a series that will tell you a little bit about the point scoring system and how this is going to be done. If you want to participate, it is pay to play, and here's how you would do it. You'd click on the link that I've just provided in the chat. I've also sent this out via email. If you're not on any of my lists or you didn't get an email about this, you might want to grab my ebook over there or look in the link, the description down below once this video is posted, and you can get access to plenty of ways that you can find out about TDG and how you can make sure you find out more about this if you need email and greater details. When you're on this page under select the challenge, you're going to go to the Prime area right here, this Prime account. Okay, let me do this again. Prime. Don't select any of these. Don't select a 25. Don't select 100. Select the Prime account right here. Then you're going to click Confirm Challenge in the bottom right-hand corner. This next part is really important too. Look, if you don't like any of these platforms and you don't want to participate, no problem. But these are the platforms you have to choose from. Deep Chart, which is Volumetrica, which I'm going to show in a little bit, I highly, highly recommend you select this one. It's web-based. You can access it directly through a browser. You can do it on Mac or whatever. So think of it kind of like TradingView or TradingView. Very, very easy. It's super easy to learn how to enter an order. I'll show you that during this video, okay? So I would highly recommend you select that. If you want to select ADAS and you have a license, or Quant Tower and you have a license, that's fine. This next part is important as well. If you know the inner workings of how these programs work, they have data feeds and they have data connections, OMS, order management systems, okay? That might be Rhythmic or CQG, or in this case, it's DX feed. Now, some of you might know how to connect DX feed to an external copier and send signals to these accounts. You can do that after the competition, if you choose to stay on with these accounts, okay? Do not submit signals outside of one of these platforms, preferably the Deep Chart, okay? So don't buy these and then connect them to a copier and then trade them through an external source and then complain to me when you are disqualified from the competition, okay? Again, after the competition, you can do it that way if you decide to stay on with Taurus and like these accounts and like the firm and are happy and want to have a funded account over there if you end up passing the competition and the account. So that brings up one other point, and then I'll get back to these platforms. These are real accounts. They're not some bullshit competition gimmicky account. That's why we decided to charge something for them, okay? I want people to have skin in the game. It's going to be $66, as you'll see in just a bit. Not $66 for one account, $66 for 3 accounts. Okay, so these are real accounts that you can pass and you can receive funding for. And yes, they have activation fees. I'll get into that in just a bit. Okay, if you participate in this program and do quite well, I'm going to do everything in my power to add as much money as is reasonable. I'm going to commit at least $1,000, maybe $2,000, maybe $3,000. I might end up committing $5,000 if I see that truly I'm able to find people that understand how to manage risk, understand how to grow an account properly, understand how to do things the TDG way, follow some of the things I'm saying. I will put my money where my mouth is and help you activate that account so that it costs you nothing more. Now, there are no guarantees on that, and I can comfortably say that I could commit up to 4 or 5 or 10,000, and no, I don't have any problems worrying about that because most of you are going to act like bozos. Most of you are going to trade too big. The competition's only been live for less than 12 hours, and already there's been all kinds of people who've drawn down $500 or $600 on the account. And you might say, well, I can draw down $500 or $600 on the account and still stay in it. I'm meeting the rules of the Taurus evaluation. That's fine, but when you get the email about how you're going to win, if you drew down $600 or $700 today, you're basically already screwed that account up because you have zero chance of winning if you're using that much of your risk budget. If your $2,000 account, if you drew down $1,000 or $700 or $500 on your $2,000 account, you're essentially out of the competition for that account, even though your account's not blown. And I'll get more into that in just a moment. Back to this, we are going to select deep charts. You are not going to connect to a DX feed external system like I said. You're going to go ahead and hit confirm platform. This is the most important part, okay? This is the most important part because people screwed this up even though I went through it in the email, I went through it in the video that's on the sales page. You have to change this in order to be in the competition. You have to have 3 accounts. You're going to change that to 1, 2, 3. You see how it changed it to $21.86 per account, all right? Now, if you don't see this code in here of TDG, add the code TDG and apply it, but it should be automatically applied to your order form if you use the link that I provided. So you're going to change it to 3. You're going to apply the coupon, or if it's not applied, and you're going to see that you're going to have 3 accounts for $65.58, okay? 3 accounts for $65.58. Now, if you would like, you can add this option. It says $19, but it's actually 50% off as well. So let me just show you what that would be. If you wanted to, you could add soft daily loss limit and an end of day. The soft daily loss limit doesn't really matter, but the end of day, if you wanted these accounts to be end of day, because again, these are real accounts, and if you prefer end of day accounts, then you can get an end of day account for $31 or something like that. Okay, it takes your price up to $94. You don't have to do that. And the TDG way does not really require end-of-day accounts. Are end-of-day accounts always better? Of course they are, right? Than trailing drawdown. 1,000%. I'm done arguing with you guys. I don't really care because I've never hit or got anywhere close to hitting trailing drawdowns if I'm doing things properly. If we're managing risk based on a per-session risk, you'd have to basically lose multiple days in a row with your full risk budget, and it's just not really possible. Anyhow, there you go, $65. You're going to pay with your credit card, all right? And then boom, you're in the competition. Now let's get to the next phase. Okay, once you are in, once you're in here, you're then going to see my accounts, and you're going to see something that says authorized data or signed subscriptions or whatever it is. You guys know the drill. You have to go in there one time for one account, and it'll apply to all your accounts. Say I'm a non-professional trader. Make sure you read the agreements and accept them. Once you have that, you're going to see something that looks like this. You'll see your 3 prime Taurus $50,000 accounts. Going back to the other screen, do not proceed if it's $66 or $70 or $100 or something for one account. Don't proceed. You've done something wrong. You need to go to the prime ones. You need to select 3 accounts, and it should be $66. And then you should see all 3 accounts in here. You're going to authorize the data, and you're kind of ready to go, okay? The next thing you're going to do is you're going to come over to the trading competitions, which is over here on the left-hand side. Under trading competitions, you're going to go on this one called the TDG bundle, all right? You're going to click on that right there. You can see that the competition is underway, and so far, people are doing all right. There were already some bozos that have been removed, okay? So don't be a bozo, right? You don't have to put up a positive number, just don't put up a big negative number. Now, you're going to go over here and you're going to add your accounts. You can add, in my case, I just added 1, all right? I'm going to add the other 3 on Tuesday. By the way, Monday is a holiday. The markets are open. You can trade on the Monday, but I recommend that people don't trade on that President's Day, but whatever. You can do whatever you want, right? Markets close at basically 10 my time, noon Central, all right? Don't trade on Monday. Just take the weekend off. Have a great time. All right. So I would suggest that you add all 3 of your accounts to the competition, but you don't have to. If in 2 weeks, if you're going to try something different, you only want 1 published up there, you can certainly do that and save your others, whatever you want to do. But right now I have just 1 in the challenge that I've gone right there, but you got to add at least 1. Add at least 1 so that we start to monitor your accounts. Now, that's it. So now you're all set up. You're ready to go. The next thing you need to do is come over here to market data, okay? Because by default, unfortunately, they don't supply all of the other exchanges that we need to trade the only thing that you're going to be trading, which is the Dow Jones. Now, when I say that, you can trade any available instrument that's part of the, that's allowed at Taurus, except minis. If you trade a mini, you're out of the competition. Let me say this again. If you trade a mini, you're out of the competition. Now, will it allow you to trade a mini? Yes. You trade a mini, you're out of the competition, right? Unfortunately, we were not able to get the accounts exactly the way I want them. The next time we do one of these, they're going to be 0 balance. In other words, they'll show your account balance will start with 0 or the drawdown, maybe 2,000, okay? You will only be allowed to have 3 concurrent micros. It'll all be enforced at the level, and there'll be a soft daily loss limit of $300. Okay, that's going to be the perfect one. This is not the perfect one. We'll have the perfect one next time. And for the perfect one, I'm going to give away a lot more money, because if you guys can get through my perfect one, which is a very simple process that the vast majority of market participants and people in these prop programs don't seem to know how to do, we're going to really crush it. Basically, those are going to look like $2,000 static accounts with very small amount of buying power, with a very small amount of drawdown per day, and it's going to be smooth and easy. You don't ever have to worry about blowing up your account, because it'll be nearly impossible to do so. We'll have fun with those. That's not what we have today. I digress. Let's get to the market data subscriptions. You're going to click on details right here. I've already enabled mine. You're going to click on buy market data add-on. Now, you do not, this is free. It says buy, but it's free. You're going to click on this bundle right here, the one that's free, and then you're going to select the add-on. I've already done that. After you select the add-on, it'll ask for the time period. Just pick the time period for this month during the subscription period, all right, to like the 28th. Some people have selected further out, or 2 months or whatever, and allows you to do it. Just select the CME bundle, select add-on, and then you're good to go. All right? Cool. We got all that going on. Now, the next thing is now you're ready to trade. So now you're going to have this thing here that's called Deep Charts. It's Volumetrica is the maker of Deep Charts, okay? I'm not going to go through a whole training on this thing, but I will say this. Don't spend a whole lot of time setting up charts and charting and everything on this. You don't need to do that, okay? You don't have to set up what I got going on here, but I basically just have a 5-minute chart. I turned on the trade panel, and I turned on the dome. That is it. In this particular, since I don't have much time today, and I got to end this stream at like 12:30, I won't have time to sort of go into the copier, but the copier is right over here. You click on copier, you'll figure it out. I would recommend that if you feel comfortable, you copy all of your accounts, because $3,000 profit objective in 2 weeks is not easy. So let's just do it in one account properly and copy. But for now, let me just go over a few super quick things here. You've already selected your data, so you can select the MYM, all right? The next thing I recommend you do is go over here and change this from multi-click to one-click. If not, it's a really convoluted way to get an order on the screen, all right? So change it from multi-click to one-click, or you can change it to one-click compact. Once you've done that, It's dead ass simple. You never hit the buy market, sell market buttons. Don't hit those, right? We only use buy bid or sell ask, or in the case of me wanting to put an order away from market, watch how easy it is. I hit buy limit and I just put my cursor on the chart right there. If I wanted to put a sell limit, same thing. I put my cursor on the chart right there. You can drag your stop loss right at the time that you enter the order. You can put a take profit in if you want as well, or you can wait till it gets filled and then you can put them in. It's dead ass simple to use. It's really clean. It's very simple, and it's all embedded within the dashboard here. So there's nothing to download, nothing to use. They do have a desktop version that you can use if you'd like, but you can keep it super, super simple. All right. So again, trading competition is going to last for 2 weeks. The smaller you trade and the less risk you use, the better your chances of winning. These are 3 real accounts at this firm Taurus. If you don't like Taurus or you're confused about a small account, a small firm you've never heard of, and you think they're going to go out of business and it's a waste of your time and money, fine, don't do it. Okay, I already got all these comments and things. People love to be negative. Like just don't do it. Anyone who knows me knows that I will back up what I say. And as soon as I start to see the data coming in early next week, I will make very official what I'm going to put in. And it's going to be at least 1,000, and it might be a hell of a lot more, because the people that I find through this might end up being good candidates for my collective 2 strategies, which some people in my mastermind and in my group are aware of. Okay, if I can find people through this that know how to do this, then I can put money behind you in other ways too. So show me that you can trade micros. Let me also show you something really quickly here. Those that were following my stream from yesterday know that I had a drawdown going on here, about $1,500 drawdown. Go watch my stream from yesterday, okay, on some open positions. Today, I just hit a new equity high, not by doubling down, not by adding a bunch of stuff, but by selectively trading around 3 or 4 markets with just 2 micros. The most size I had on, in addition to 1 ZB, I had 1 ZB on, okay? But the most amount of size I had on, other than the ZB, was 2 micros in 3 or 4 different markets. This is a new equity high for this account today of $4,654. The account is up $13,000 in the month of February, and today was my biggest day ever of $2,760 in profit, okay? Some of that eating into the drawdown from yesterday, okay? The balance yesterday was around 40,000 something. You can go look at it, okay? Micros make money. You guys can do this. You don't need to size up and go fast and YOLO and do all these crazy things. Use this competition today as this competition, $66, to show yourself and me, if you care about me. I have a good amount of money. I'm very connected in the trading business. I need to find better traders. And prop firms so far are not finding good traders at all. They're just finding a bunch of gamblers. And yes, there's some people that can spin up these programs into a good amount of payout once they've done it 300 times or 400 times. But I'm looking to see if we can use the combination of some of these programs along with real risk-adjusted returns to actually find if there's people that I can back with my money and my investors' money. So we'll see what happens. All right, do we have any questions here? Let me see if I can go through this. Okay, do anyone have questions specifically about what you heard me just blab on about here? If you don't want to participate, no problems. But if there's any questions that you have, it would help me understand if I've missed anything. Okay, competition, pay to play, $50,000 account, risk-adjusted returns, meaning the better you can do using the least amount of drawdown, the better you will do in the competition. Real prizes. There's an activation fee for these accounts. If you want to activate them, it's $119. So that's about whatever that is. That's $140 all in, or $145 all in. Is that the best deal out there in the world for an activation fee plus a $50,000 account? Probably not. Don't worry about that. Or if you're worried about that, then don't do this. Okay. What else can I think about? Let me see. That's it. So if you guys have any questions on this, let me know. If not, I'll end the stream today because we're up just a shit ton of money, almost a lot of money over on the prop programs, which is great. $2,700 of live winnings in one of the tracking accounts. All right. Where is my link to Taurus? Right here. I'll provide it again. That's a good question. So it's right here. you're going to go to this page, and then when you're on this page, let me show you what your experience will be, because I'm going to open this up in an incognito browser. When you click on that, which is buy the 22 accounts or whatever, I'd recommend you watch the video that's on that page as well. You're going to be taken to a page that looks like this, okay? Directly here. And then if you're not already signed up, when you go to confirm your challenge and move through this, what you're going to do is you're going to see this, see? So all you do is put in your email, first name and last name, and now you're signed up. And then you go through the rest of the stuff that I showed there. Okay? So click on that link that takes you to this page. All right. With what strategies can you use? You can use whatever strategies you want. If you want to come in and learn the strategies that I'm teaching, you can grab the free ebook or look in the description of this video down below. I'm finding that you can't see the description sometimes while the stream is live. I'm not sure if that's the case, but you just go over to my website over here and sign up for the free trial, and you can learn the strategies that I teach. But you can use whatever strategy you want as long as you don't trade a mini. The thing that you're going to learn here is he or she who wins is he or she that has the cleanest path to profit. The way you get to the finish line is really important in this competition. Okay? The way you get to the finish line is very important in this competition. All right? I'm going to wait another 3 or 4 minutes. We'll see if there's any other questions that are related specifically to this particular contest. If it's not your thing, no problem, no worries. But I just wanted to get through all of that. Link to Taurus, with what strategies can you use? I answered that. Can I throw in a stake? Sure, whatever you want. Stake, come to Vegas, party with me. We got it. You show me you're a good trader, and I've been looking for good traders for like 20 years. I'm trying to train a bunch of them, and I don't know where I'm going wrong. All right. Do you recommend trading the Dow for this, or the MES also viable? I think you could trade both. Just keep your sizing to under 4 contracts. So if you're in both markets at the same time, I would suggest you keep it to under 4 contracts if you're going to do both. Okay, I'm trying to find. Here it is. But I'm going to do it mostly on the Dow. I'm going to do it mostly on the Dow, and I think I'm in 8th place right now, so you guys are kicking my ass. I want you guys to all kick my ass. Kick my ass! I think I'm in 8th place. Yeah, I'm in 8th place. So see if I can hold on. Hold on. The leader is at $730, which is a pretty good day. It's a big day. We'll see how that person got to $730. You know, how they got there is equally important. Let's see here. What if no one hits 3K? Well, God, if no one hits 3K in 2 weeks, I'm going to be very sad, because I'll do it for everybody, in front of everybody, over the next 2 weeks in my trade room. So if you don't hit 3K, I'm going to be sad. But I think there'll be plenty of people that will hit that. If for some reason they don't, it's whoever has the best profit, the best path to profit, however they got to whatever profits they put on. Do I use market profile? I use a volume profile. So yes, I have a volume profile, and I have a very simple way of doing it. So you can use their copier during the competition. Yes, you can, and I encourage you to. It's a very simple copier. You can set it up. Good traders trade their own money. Good traders do both. If you have an opportunity to, look, I make quite a bit of money in my live account, but I make more money in sim trading prop programs than I make in my live account, and I make a lot in my live account. And I never thought that would ever happen. But if you can stitch together 50 $3,000 accounts, guess what? That's $150,000. And if you can trade that with a little bit more risk than you might use with your own money, I don't know why anyone wouldn't take that opportunity. Now, that's a huge. To get through 50 or more funded accounts and have them all connected is a little bit more advanced, but it's fun. Can you link Taurus Dome to? No, we're not going to do any linking of any kind. Don't connect the DX feed to any external source. Just use the platform that's in there. Okay, use the platform that's in here. In fact, you could turn off this chart if you want. You could just use the dome. You could just use the order entry ticket. And when you have a signal over on TradingView or NinjaTrader or Sierra or whatever you're doing, just come over here and put it on here. Manage it very simply. Don't spend too much time worrying about the platform and learning a new platform. That's a waste of your time. Just figure out how to enter at the right level and go and put your orders in over here. Hey, I downloaded the app. Can you run through the data connection part? Don't use the download. Just use the web version. If you downloaded the Deep Chart desktop, I have no idea how to connect it to data. So if you're referring to the web one, you come over here to Market Data. You go to Details. You go to Buy Market Data Add-on. You select this bundle right here. And then, well, I've already done it, so your view might be a little bit different, but just select CME Bundle L1 and then select current month or current next month or whatever, and then select add-on, and you're all set. Don't use the thick client Deep Chart desktop. I have no idea how that works. I don't know how to connect it to data. Just use the one that's included in the web. Okay? Can you clarify the trade copier thing? You said no trade copiers. I did not say no trade copiers. Okay. All right, good. These questions are helpful. That's why I'm here. I'm going to try to just read them and then answer them. I did not say no trade copiers. I said no external trade copiers. So this is a little bit of inside baseball. DX feed is available and exposed on a lot of external third-party copiers where you could, at some point, every firm that uses DX feed has a rule. They either allow external or they don't, okay? This firm does, but not in this competition, all right? Savius does, okay? If you want to buy a Savius account, connect to DX feed, you can set orders from outside, okay? That's what I mean. You can use the copier inside of Deep Charts 100%. In fact, you should. But do not send signals from an external source. In other words, don't sign up for these things, get your DX feed login information, and then go put that in Expert Trader Programmers or TradeSyncer or something like that, and then send orders to these accounts from an external source. Capiche? Do we got it? Cool. I think the treasuries are not enabled. I'm not exactly sure why. I'll check on that. But Jeremy and others, we're trading micros here. Don't trade treasuries. Those are minis, and I don't want you doing it. We'll do a whole separate competition at different times where we're going to be looking at. I'm going to get one of these effing firms to finally support the MTN since I make markets in the MTN, and then we can trade the micro TN, and we'll trade the micro TN. But for now, there's only minis available in the treasuries, so don't trade them. I've noticed VWAP gets respected during London a lot more. I'm not going to talk about other trading today. Yeah, it should be relatively simple, gang. I mean, it should be relatively simple. If need be, I can come over here and spend more time on the platform if need be. But the other thing that you'll notice about this that I don't love is that it doesn't maintain a persistent. In other words, if I do this now, I'm outside. As soon as I click on anything, it takes me off of my charts. So if you want to open any of these things, just open them up in a new browser. See this connecting? It's pretty clean, guys. It's pretty clean. So I don't think you'll have much trouble with it. Like if I want to move this order down to here, we'll just move that order down there. It's all pretty clean. All right, now it's good. The questions keep rolling in. Let me see. How do you copy trade across multiple prop firms? Again, off topic for today, but the best way to do it to start is to use NinjaTrader and prop firms that support Trade-Evate and then Replicon or Affordable Indicators. So what does that mean? Pick one or two of your favorite prop firms, but make sure they support Trade-Evate. Connect Trade-Evate to NinjaTrader because you can have unlimited connections of Trade-Evate to NinjaTrader, and then use a copier that's native to Ninja, such as Affordable Indicators or Replicanto, and boom, you're all set. Okay, that does not apply to this. To this, you're just going to copy within your 3 accounts. This is super easy to set up. I mean, I'm not going to do. Oh, let me do it right here. All you do is name your group. Okay. I rule Rod. There we go. You're going to come down here and I haven't done this yet, so go to parent account settings. I'm going to select this one, select. Okay, so I have that selected. I don't know if I can set this up when I have orders resting, but I'll find out. Okay, we're going to select this one, and we're going to hit save. Save, and I think it worked. We'll see. Maybe it didn't. I don't know what I did wrong. This is super easy to set up. If I spend 5 seconds here while I'm not streaming, you can figure it out. And then you just, you know, it's just as easy as it is to set up copying in Project X. Really, really simple, okay? Maybe it doesn't allow me to do it if I have pending orders. I have no idea. Okay. Quick way to look at your accounts, and there's other ways to do it too, is, you know, you just click on the account, you make sure you don't have any pending orders or whatever. You can always go over here and hit flatten all. Here's your 3 accounts. Boom, boom, boom. Pending orders, whatever. Okay, portfolio. Pretty simple to use. All right, I think that will be it for today. So, again, not everyone's cup of tea, but if you are struggling with a little bit of accountability, or even you're a member of my trade community and group, and you know, I've had a couple conversations with people, and they said, "Well, I'm just not ready for this." Make yourself ready for it. Put yourself out there a little bit. I'll have this, you know, I have a lot of stuff going on. I didn't need to do another one of these, but she really pushed me. I've become friendly with the owner of the firm. Sweet, lovely lady, and I prefer working with women when it comes to money, not that way. So I think this is going to go really well if you guys make it go really well. I have one other request. When you come over to their site, you'll see that there's running specials and deals on other accounts and things like that. Please don't buy a bunch of other accounts and then, you know, take shots and trade big and try to get through and pass and whatever because the accounts were cheap. Just don't do that. Don't do that. Just do the 3 accounts, take it slow, have a good time with it. We'll all learn something together. Please don't buy 3 of the $100,000 accounts and port max size because they cost you $22 or something, okay? Don't do that. In fact, I can't do this because they're outside the competition, but I can see if you are doing that. So if you're in the competition and you're also full porting some bigger accounts just to try to pass them and take a shot at a new firm, I'm going to discourage that behavior and not look on it in good light. Are you going to create a desktop for that platform? No, I'm not going to do anything with this platform. I'm not even going to add, like, if you guys want to play around with it, there's all these, you know, you can click all these fun little buttons over here and watch, it'll eventually draw some volume and stuff. Just give it a second. You know, you can change it to whatever the hell you want it to look like. I'm not going to do any of that. But if you want to play around with all this stuff, by all means, you know, have at it. I don't even know what all this stuff does. There you go. Now we have some moving. Now we have some volatility bands. If you do not have a strategy and you do not have an approach to pass a $3,000 account in 2 weeks, trading just 2 to 3 Dow Jones, then come into my trade room and you'll see how it's done. Okay. All right. I think that will be it for today. Yeah, I just clicked start to. Let me set up the copier right for you. I didn't set it up right. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to create the thing. I'm going to call it Taurus. All right. And I'm going to go to settings. And I'm going to select my parent account, right? Settings, select my parent account. Oh, I already did select the parent account, right? Clear. Now I just have to hit save. And I have to start the copier. Where's the start copier? I can figure this out. Insert at least one child account. I don't know if I have it set up properly. Here's how it works. Parent account. Why don't I see the other account there, though? I'll do that one. Select 157. Child account. Add child account. All right, I don't feel like figuring this out right now, but it's not that hard. I'm making it look hard. All right, I'm making it look hard. I hope I didn't create an account group that I'm not following along with the orders, but I don't think I have any orders resting. All right, that'll be it for today, everybody. Stay green, trade like you mean it. Enjoy your weekend. Don't trade on Monday. Sign up for the Taurus competition if you'd like. If you have any questions and you're watching the stream afterwards, put them in the comments down below, and I'll answer them in the comments, as well as pin some of the links that I put in here in the comments. All right, that'll be it. Stay green, trade like you mean it. Have a great weekend. We'll see you at the next one. Be good. Bye.